Hey, it's James here from goodguitarist.com, and today I want to show you a quick warm-up exercise for just getting your fingers nimble. It kind of goes into lead guitar. It's more of a lead guitar warm-up, but I think it's good for everybody to do, even for students that are just strumming chords. This one's good to get all your fingers nimble, get them a bit stronger. It follows a really simple pattern. I'll show you the whole exercise really quickly, then I'll break it down and I'll show you how to practice it and how to work on it so you can get the most out of it. So we're gonna build up this exercise. When I teach this to my students, I'll show them the first part, give them a whole week to work on it, then I'll show them the next bit, then the next bit, then the next bit. So that's how this lesson is gonna go. You know, I don't intend for you to just do the final product right away. I don't think that'll make you better faster. I think you have to really master it at each phase. And honestly, it's not gonna take that much work. Just do it every time you go to play guitar. It takes like 1 minute. Once you have it down, it takes like 1 minute to do it, and it's gonna make you so much better. So we're gonna start off by placing our fingers. This is really important that you place your fingers down first. On the thinnest string at the 5th fret, that's the E string, we're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. So see, I just have my fingers in a row, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember to press close to the fret, that's very important. And you want your thumb to be like in the middle of it all. Like that's where my thumb is, except on the back of the neck, in the middle of it. Fingers are nice and arched. You can see right there. See, my thumb is there. That's my hand positioning. Now we're gonna pluck the thinnest string, and then we remove our pinky finger, and we pluck the next one. Then we remove that one, and we pluck, and we remove, and we pluck. So that's where we start. It's just pluck, remove, pluck, pluck, pluck. And then we go to the next string. We set up our fingers once again. That's really important that you get used to setting up your fingers. Then we pluck, remove, pluck, remove, pluck, remove. And then we go to the next string. And that's the first phase. So let's do that together. We're gonna go string by string. Starting on the thinnest one. 8, 7, 6, 5. Then we set up, takes as much time as you need. 8, remove, 7, 6, 5. And then on the next string, we set up. And when you lift your fingers, try to lift them up just a little bit. You don't need to like wail them off the guitar, just a tiny little bit. The D string, we're set up. Then on the A string. And finally, the low E string. And this one might be tough to reach, but something really important to notice is that if you lower your thumb and get your knuckles in front of the guitar, it's kind of like making your fingers longer. You know, if your knuckles are really low and behind the guitar, there's no way you can reach that low string. So you gotta lower your thumb a little bit, get your knuckles out, and you know, with enough practice, you'll be able to make it there. If you can't do it yet, go as low as you can. Maybe you can only make it here. But if you practice that enough, you'll be able to do the next string eventually. And then finally you get to the lowest string. Now, at this point, I would just work on that until you get it. But moving on, the next phase of this exercise is to do the reverse. So we start on the 5th fret of the thickest string. We pluck it, then we add a finger, pluck that, add a finger, pluck that, add, pluck. So we just do that on the next string. We're kind of just climbing up, you know, the exact reverse of what we did before. So let's try that together super slowly. So we're starting off on the 5th fret of the lowest string, and let's just ascend up the entire fretboard. You don't need to pause between strings for this one because you're not setting up. Five, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So at this point, you have 2 exercises to work on, the descent where you set up every time, and then the ascent. Now at this point, you want to figure out how to practice them with a metronome using downstrokes only. And the way for that, really, really simple. You have your metronome clicking and just set it up to 60 beats per minute. And you just go. And give yourself a couple beats to set up. Set up. And once you can set up quickly enough, you could even give yourself 1 beat to set up. Set up. 1 beat. See how there's just 1 beat to set up? And eventually you can set up without taking any extra beats. And you can just cut straight through it. And at that point, you just want to ascend and descend with the metronome. And even if you think you can go faster, I recommend first making sure you can do it like 10 times in a row perfectly without any note buzzing or any problems at 60 beats per minute. And then you can start going faster. And from there, the next step is to start going down, up. So instead of just all downstrokes, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You know, since down, up is 2 motions and we're doing 4 notes on each string, it divides evenly, and on every string we go down, up, down, up. Once you have that, and you can do quarter notes with the metronome, try to do 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and lock in with those. And from here, you could speed up your metronome slowly, you know, go to 62, then 63, 64, 70, whatever. Go in whatever intervals you're comfortable with. You know, just get it perfect like 2 or 3 times, then put your metronome up a couple notches and do that again and again. If you did that for like 3 months, just raising your metronome by 1 beat every day, you'd be so good. And aside from metronome stuff, you can also move this exercise around the fretboard. So you could start here, where the frets are a bit wider, it's a bit harder to reach. You could do it here, where the frets are really small. You know, you can play around with this and bring it all over the place. This is an exercise that I've been doing for like 12 or 13 years. It's super, super helpful for getting all your fingers. It's a very democratic exercise. It makes every finger work equally. Anyways, this is just a really good, quick warm-up. I hope this will help you develop some more dexterity on guitar. Either way, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.